Homonyms are the words that have different meanings. Homonyms, the spellings are different, but when it comes to homophones, the spelling is same, but the sound is different. You're speaking about something, depending on that situation, you're going to use these words. Hello, hi, namaste, and welcome to first semester of B.A. and B.C.A, B.Com and B.B.A language component. This is the first language component for first semester, and for all the 4 courses you have the same language component, but the novel is different for B.A. and B.C.A and B.Com and B.B.A. Let us start with the grammar parts, or so-called language components. The very first thing that you are going to study in first semester is homophones. So what are homophones? Why is it so important to know about homophones? And are there any different types of homophones or homographs or homonyms? You should know the difference between homophones, homonyms and homographs. Let us start with what are homophones. So basically, what are homophones here? Homophones are words that have exactly, try to remember this, don't get confused, exactly the same sound. The sound is same sound, or also called pronunciation. It is not pronunciation, it is pronunciation, but different meanings and spellings, usually spelling. Let me give you a comparison of what is homophones and what are homonyms and what are homographs. So what is the difference here? Homonyms are words that have different meanings but are pronounced the same or spelled the same. If you search in Google, it is told the spelling is different there. Yes, of course, homonyms, the spellings are different, but when it comes to homophones, the spelling is same, but the sound is different. Let us not get confused. Then the word homonym can be used as a synonym. What is the meaning of synonym here? In Kannada we say samanarthaka pada. Synonym for both homophone or homograph. It could be playing the role of the same meaning of a same word. The meaning might be different, but the word might seem the same here. It can also be used to refer to words that are both homophones and homographs. I know this is quite confusing to understand, but let me give you more examples to detail it, to give you detailed information about homophones. Don't get confused. Don't think that homophones and homonyms are confusing. It's almost the same, but homophones are with same sound. Let me just give you homophones, same sound, and homonyms are with same spelling. Let us keep it that way. It is pretty simple to understand now. They come with same sound and they come with same spelling. Homonyms, same spelling, and homophones, same sound but different spellings and different pronunciation. To make it more interesting, I have just taken a tongue twister. Okay, I'm sure you can read it, but how fast can you read it? The tongue twister, I'm sure you have played it in your school days and your college days. When it comes to tongue twister, it is about how fast you read a phrase or a sentence. Let me just read it for you without looking at it, since I have already practiced it. How much would woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck could? When I just read this, when I just pronounced this, it might seem that cha 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 and nothing more. But if you slow down the video and listen to me, listen to my voice carefully, you would get the complete pronunciation. Let me just repeat it one more time. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? Let me repeat one more time. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck would chuck wood? See, I have just pronounced each and every word, but to explain what are homophones, come back to it, wood and wood. You get to see two wood here, but are the spellings same? Same sound, but different spellings. Wood and wood. We don't pronounce it as wood because we are not emphasizing, or we are not stressing the letter L there. We pronounce it as wood and wood. What is this wood? It is a wood log, a log of tree or a timber piece, wood. What is this wood? The past tense of will. So see there, the pronunciation wood is same. I am not saying wood and would. When I say wood, you can think of this wood or you can think of this wood as well. It is up to you. How well you use. I saw a piece of wood lying in middle of the street. So which wood would you use? You would use this wood. If you use this wood, then you are wrong. So that's how the homophones are tested. For better understanding, I have just taken 10 words which will give you at least 70 to 80% of idea about what are homophones. Don't get confused, we are talking about homophones. First one is allowed. When I say allowed, you can think of A-double-L-O-W-E-D or A-L-O-U-D. Both the words are pronounced same, but they have different meanings, different context. For example, the first word, think about this, allowed, adjective, permitted. It is allowed as I'm allowing you, or let me simply say he was allowed to the classroom. So he was permitted to enter to the classroom. For example, take it, pets are not allowed in this motel or hotel, right? They are not allowed. What is the second allowed? It is an adverb. It is an adverb, out loud. Read out the chapter out loud. Read aloud. Speak aloud, right? We're talking about somebody who would speak aloud. The teacher asked me to read the story aloud. So these are homophones. The second one, try to observe bear. When I say bear, it might be a naked, right? A naked man, or it could be a bear and an animal, right? But try to observe the different spellings here. The spellings will be different, but pronunciation is same. Bear is uncovered or naked. His bare arms quickly became sunburned. So he is not covering his arm and it is bare, naked. So he burnt his hand. Bear is endure or support, or it could be an animal as well. Bear, but the different spelling. Now we are getting to know it. Bear is to endure, support. I cannot bear this pain anymore. Endure. I cannot endure this pain anymore. I am bearing this family. I am the bearer. I am the life bearer. I am the whole and soul of this family. I am supporting it. I can't bear to go another hour without water. I cannot endure. My endurance is done. I will be dead if I go for another hour of work. Next one, try to observe each and every word carefully. Board. Board, plank, right? We need to replace the board under the window. We are talking about the board. The writing board, what we write on the board. Next one, get on. Board the plane. The passengers are boarding the plane. Passengers will be asked to board the plane in 30 minutes. The spelling is same here, but the meaning is different. I always tell my student it refers to the context. It refers to the context. What is this context? As I told you, it depends on the situation. You're speaking about something, depending on that situation, you're going to use these words. Right? But the pronunciation is same. But the spellings are different. Next one, large. Board is large. I will board at a motel while I'm in town. I'm going to reside. I'm going to accommodate myself. It means I'm going to stay in a hotel or a motel once I come into the town. Next different meaning is, but the same pronunciation with different spelling. Uninterested, getting irritated. I'm not so interested about it. Uninterested, tired of something. I grew bored during the mayor's long speech. This you get to see a lot of times when you are attending a program and people start giving big lecture, big bhashan. You have no idea what they are speaking, especially you're not supposed to ask two people to speak. One is the politician and the second one is the teacher. The moment you give them the mic and ask them to speak, they will not have any idea what they are speaking. They would just go and touch all the boundaries they could. Just to make it interesting, let us move on to the next example. The fourth one is cent. Now this cent is a penny, currency, right? That old sock isn't worth a cent. That old fellow is not even worth a single rupee. Now, next scent is a distinctive smell or simply known as aroma. We say scent. Let's imagine that you have a box in front of you and you open the box and there are delicious sweets you like or something, or for that matter it could be any cuisine. It may not be sweet, it could be even your favorite dish. Think about it. You smell and the scent you speak about is that. You're not talking about the cent, the currency here. Next one is scent. We have three different scents here. Scent. Scent is gone. I have already sent him out of the class. I don't usually, but still. To cause to go. He sent his payment in the mail. He has forwarded. He has sent out. Next one, fifth. Try to observe each and every word. Die. This is bit tricky and bit funny as well. Die is to pass away. We usually use this word in a different way. I've heard with respect to this sentence or with respect to this word, let me tell you, most of us make a mistake. What is a mistake? When a person dies, we simply tell he is expired. That is a wrong usage. Don't ever use expired with respect to living things. Because we are not, especially with human beings, because we are not born with manufactured or expiry date. Manufacture date, now, yes, of course, we are born on some particular day. Let us call it a manufacturing date, right? But we are not born with expiry date on the same day. We don't know when we are going to do. We don't know when we are going to die. So, you don't have to use, don't use it that a person expired. You have to use pass away. One of my friends passed away. It is not one of my friends expired. The animal will die without proper nourishment. We are talking about die, passing away. Next die is to coloring. See, the gray hair, I have to color my hair, dye my hair. It is not about, killing my hair. We used 4 kinds of dye to color our Easter eggs. We're talking about Easter eggs. And we die. Not to kill them, but to die. So how well you get to see or get to use different words, but they are pronounced in the same way. Next one, let us move on to the sixth course. You have two course here, rough, crude or harsh. His course manners were very irritating. His course, the next course is a path or route to be taken. Now they have lost your job. What is the first course of action to be taken? Next course is there. What does that mean? The course that you are studying, which course or which stream? It means which stream are you into? I believe I'm making all these examples very simple, and I'm sure that you are able to follow what are homophones. We are not talking about homonyms, we are talking about homophones. Next is feet. 2 feet. One is the feet, leg, the other feet is achievement, accomplishment. Composing an entire symphony is a remarkable feat. We are not talking about the feet, our food. We are talking about the milestone achieved. Sachin Tendulkar has achieved a great feat of reaching his 100th century. Right? And next feat is plural of foot. The actual foot, our foot. Her feet were sore because her shoes were too tight. This happens. This happens to people who are not fond of wearing shoes, especially to girls who wear high heels. Next one, the 8th one, here. Right? Here. When I say here, it almost sounds like here, here, and here. Ear is also EAR. So that almost falls to the category of homographs. Let us come back to it. Here is to perceive sounds. Hear me when I'm talking to you. Listen to me. I love to hear clarinet music or Carnatic music or hip hop or jazz. It could be any music. Here is in this place, right here. Put the groceries here on the table. Put it on the table. Here, put it here. Next, the 9th one, hole. They get confused with this hole and the hole. Hole is an opening or shallow or hollow place. The squirrel ran through the hole in the fence. The shallow, the hole. And when we say hole, including everything, the entire amount, which includes the whole class. The whole class is amazing. When I say this, the whole class is amazing. It is not this round hole. No, I'm talking about the entire thing. He ate the whole pizza or pizza. That's how it's pronounced actually. The actual pronunciation is pizza. The whole pizza by himself. He ate the whole pizza by himself. Next one, the last one is principal. I beg my students, don't ever make a mistake while you write the spellings of principal. You should know the difference between this principal and this principal. They are pronounced same, but the meaning is different. The principal here is most important, or the leader of the school or the head of the institution. Principal, the leader, the caretaker, the head of the institution. The principal wrote a new homework policy. Principal is going to address us in the meeting. This principle is basic truth or law. It's rules and regulations. Don't get confused. Throughout life, it is wise to adhere to one's principle. Adhere to accept and follow. So you should know how well the words which are pronounced in a same way and they are used in a different context. So in your examination, they can give you 4 or 5 blanks and they can give you multiple options to get you confused. So which words are you going to use and fill in the blanks? You can expect fill in the blanks. Maybe you can expect the word to be given and ask you to frame a sentence on that. So be prepared with it, but don't get confused with the meanings of these 2 words. Likewise, I have already spoken about 9 different words. Apart from this, there are plenty more homophones. Think about it. I have just taken a handful of examples here. Hair, think about it. Air and hair, they are pronounced the same. Bear. As I told you, there are plenty more words apart from this, but all of these words are read and pronounced in the same way. Don't get confused, but each of their meanings are different. Take up any word from any of these grammar book, or it could be YouTube, or it could be even the Google. Take up any word, but the meaning is different. But remember, they are always pronounced same. Pronunciation is same, but the meaning and spellings, even with that matter, is different. But homonyms, the spellings are same and the meaning is different, and at times it is pronounced in different way as well. Depending on the context, it will be pronounced. So that's it about today's session. I'm going to meet you in my next session. In my next session, I'm going to bring in many examples about homophones and how many questions you could expect and what sort of questions you can expect in your examinations. Until then, keep practicing homophones and make sure that you are thorough with homophones and homonyms. We'll be meeting you in the next session. See you. Have a good day. Take care.